Congratulations on purchasing your new Juke. Let me take you through some of the controls and features of your new car. Come with me. Starting from the back of the car, underneath the badge here is a little rubber button you press to unlock the boot. There is also a second button, a small one, which you can press to lock the boot for you. Inside the boot here you've got little toggles on the side, both sides of the boot, so you can hang carrier bags on it, so your shopper doesn't roll around. You've got a floorboard system. Underneath the main floorboard you have an air compressor and a bottle of tyre sealant. So if you get a puncture on the car, take this orange pie out, plug in the 12-volt socket of the vehicle and take the hose out, which you would then put onto your tyre. Switch the power on and it will pump the tyre back up to pressure. However, if the tyre is going down faster than you're pumping it up, remove the orange cap and place the bottle of fluid on the top of the compressor. This will fire in the sealant, which will give you a temporary fix for your tyre. The fuel cap on the new Juke, as long as the car is unlocked, you can just press it and it pops out for you, like so. On the back doors, the car benefits from having child locks, so if you press them down, that would disable the access of the internal door handles, but up would give you free access out of the back. This car also has the keyless entry system, so if you press the button here, that would lock the car. Press it again, it would unlock the doors for you. You've got your window controls for the front and rear of the car. This button here is to disable the controls of the other doors, so children can't open the windows whilst going down the motorway. This one is to lock the doors from the outside, so no one can open the doors uninvited on the car. This is for the mirror adjustment, and this would select the right and left mirrors, and then you can use this button here to adjust them. And this is to manually bring the mirrors in. Under here you have the off switch for the start-stop technology of the car. This is for the angle of your lights, so 0 is just for regular. 1 if you've got a car full of passengers, 2 maybe passengers and luggage, and 3 if you was using a trailer. This one here with the lanes on, this is part of the lane departure warning system. If you activate it here, it'll actually put the lane intervention, which will prevent you from going over the white line, or if you do, it will pull you back to your own side of the road. This one here with the dials and the light, this is to change the display, make it brighter and dimmer. And you've also got your trip reset here. This is your windscreen wiper controller. 1 push up will give you a quick wipe of the windscreen. 1 push down will put it on the automatic setting. However, you can put it on the manual one, which is clearing ice off the windscreen. With automatic, this collar here is for the sensitivity of the automatic setting, and this is for the rear wiper, intermittent and full. And to wash the windscreens, just push it forwards or backwards to jet the water. This car has electronic handbrake, so if you did wish to put it on, you just pull them up to put the handbrake on. If you want to take it off, you press it down, but you have to have your foot on the brake pedal to be able to access it. So now your handbrake is released. However, when it's on, you can just put, this is automatic, can just put into drive away, and it will automatically release itself. You also have another button here which is called auto hold. So when you pull up at traffic lights, where normally you would put your handbrake on, this would automatically apply a handbrake for you when you stop as a temporary measure. This button here, the D mode button, is for drive modes. So you can push it up to go in sports mode, push it up again to go to standard, drop it down to eco mode, and it displays on your dashboard. So you have eco, standard and sports mode. It changes the characteristics of the engine in the car. Gear selector, you have the start stop button on here. Again, while the keys are still in your pocket or your bag, you can just press the button. You have your 12-volt socket, a USB port and an auxiliary port there as well. your climate control, so you've got your temperature control here, and you've got your fan speed here, so the air condition button, and if you press it on auto, it will automatically adjust the fan to the temperature that you're looking to achieve. You've got you can turn the whole unit off here too. You've got your front demister, rear demister, and this button here is where it's going to blow out to. So for example, eye level and feet, just feet and windscreen, or just windscreen. Your hazard warning lights are here. You've got the display, so this is on the main menu at the moment. You've got 3 different menu screens that you can choose from, which also can be customized. So if I press this button here, you've got different widgets that you could add into either of the home screens. At the moment you've got a clock and a music one here, but if I put a shortcut on, let's say one for the phone, we can add our phone book to this screen here. So now on that screen we'd have our phone book. There it is. You can dim the display, so you've got a day and night mode, which you can actually manually dim to make it lighter and darker. This button here will toggle through your radio stations or the tracks on your MP3 player. On the audio, you can choose the source, whether it be AM, FM, DAB, USB, Bluetooth or auxiliary. So the DAB menu would list the stations that are available for you. So you scroll through like that. Let's say you chose something like Magic Chilled and you want to save that one. You hold down the button and that's now saved on channel number 1 for you. On the menu, so on the maps, the map display there. So you can access your phone over here as well, but you can add your home address. Points of interest is quite handy, so things like coffee shops, fast food, parking, cash or petrol stations. Nearest one. And then you can press start to add that to your route. And on the cameras, on this one just has rear cameras, so you can just adjust the settings. However, when you put the car into reverse, the cameras will come on automatically. Working our way across, you've got your lights over here. So you've either got automatic, side lights or main lights.
Turn next right.
And you've also got this button here for your front fogs and rear fog lights. You have the stalk here for your light control. Normally this would be set on automatic, but you can put it on side lights or main lights. And you've got your front fog lights and rear fog lights here. Also indicators, flash and main beam. On the steering wheel you have your volume control, which obviously works with the radio. It will also work with your phone calls, and it will also work with your sat nav if you catch it while she's talking. These 2 buttons here will toggle through the different radio stations that you have programmed, and this button and these ones here are for that screen there. So you press OK, and you can press across to go through the different screens that the car can show you. Like so. Going back to the menu ones, you can then scroll down through the different menus that are available on the car. For example, vehicle settings, press enter. On lighting, you can turn your lights. And then vehicle settings or driver assistance. You can turn on the lane departure warnings, you can turn them on or off. Back. Emergency brake, traffic sign recognition, again you can turn these off and on by pressing the OK button. And then you can back your way out of those different screens. and home screen. Over here, you've got your button to answer the phone. For voice activation, you've got like a CarPlay or Android Auto set up. These two buttons here are your speed limiter and cruise control. And the speed limiter works if you press that and then press the set button here. On the display, it comes up with set to 20 miles an hour. You can increase that by pressing the up and down button. And if you hold it, it will jump. So now the car is capped at 35 miles an hour to stop you gradually creeping over the speed limit. You can cancel that as well. The cruise control, so if you're on the motorway and it's nice and clear, press the cruise, press set, and then if he's doing 70 miles an hour, you can then take your feet off the pedals, the car will stay at 70 miles an hour. But if you want to, you can slow down with this button and speed up with the plus button. And then if you use the brakes, it will disengage the cruise control, and just press set again and it will re-engage itself. Up here you have an SOS button, so if you have a breakdown or an accident, you can press that and that will take you through to an operator who can help you with recovery or police or ambulance.